Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. This defense for the Vikings, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
It was fun getting ready. Isn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 71 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's Fields. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Vikings at 11-4 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last one. And we try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
This is unbelievable. Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Tua going to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Vikings. Mike Gesicki, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Harrison Smith.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago offense. And he's had a hard time avoiding the interceptions of late. A couple last week, a couple more so far in this one. See if he can do better here as they start with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. His throw incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Throwing on 3rd down. Fields. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. 21-0 our score after 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Darnell Mooney.
32 yards. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after
Potential
that.
grounding. Offense.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. This one complete to Scott Miller. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Looking to pass. Tua. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. So on fourth down, that is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. Eagles have cut it back within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us, because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out, and so far, they have started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot: stay the course. Fields going to hurry his guys to the line. From just shy of midfield, Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, Fields. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now another timeout called for by the offense. The stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Fields. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On second and very short, Tua. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air, really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Malik McDowell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Notre Dame man, Chase Claypool, in this offense ready for their upcoming possession. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
Fields on first down. Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. The protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Buying time to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua on the move to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. Shoves him aside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Nice job there after the setback. 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal. Cook up the gut. And he gets him a little bit closer. Takes it from the... A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Tua. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, Carter. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Up the middle they go. It's McLaughlin, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Fields. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On second and goal, Tua to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. He's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run it.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Vikings stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth. On first down, it's Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Again, it's Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Bears 17. Matt Gay says kickoff.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far. this one where their defense has really struggled.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Here's Fields.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So
and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this.
Previous play is under review. After review of the play,
the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. From the gun on third down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Fields throw complete here to Komet.
And other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
One play action, Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Chase Claypool, 48 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. Fields trying to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On second down, Cook.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. On 2nd and 10,
Tua.
Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there hauled in by Claypool.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these.
Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it.